Hailing from the Midwest region of the United States, we introduce to you the Chocolate Dollar Podcast. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Chocolate Dollar Podcast.
Hey.
I'm Jonathan. To my left is... And to his left is...
And then I'm here. I'm Noah.
Yep,
Hi.
it's-
Okay, sweet.
It's that time of year again, if you like video games.
That's why we're all grouchy. Oh, that time of year, not month.
Ed with the certain jokes of. Okay, we're gonna breeze
Boo.
right
out there.
Okay, if you like video games, it's basically Christmas early this year, E3 2016.
This happens every year.
Yeah, we just got done. Those are probably kind of old now that I think
I don't
about
care.
it.
They're caramels.
Okay.
Does caramel spoil?
No, I don't think so.
All right, so we
I don't
just got done watching the EA press conference.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
Okay, so before we start talking about this, I want you guys that are listening to this to know that none of us like EA.
Like as a company.
really.
Yeah.
As a company, no. I like a lot of their properties that they own, but it's because
The concept of EA.
It's because EA is greedy as crap. Like
Yeah.
they just all they care about is getting money for DLC and stuff.
Yeah, you
so.
could tell at that one point when he was talking about EA Originals, which we'll get to later in this episode, but when he started talking about EA Originals and he starts to saying, we just want all the profit, he wanted to stop there, but he had to say the rest of it to protect their image. But
Yeah.
anyways,
Well, here's the thing. I think that they're gonna pull something like Hollywood, where like
Yeah.
movies don't make profits, or something like
Yeah.
eventually the games aren't
Yeah.
gonna make a profit, but they made money.
Yeah, exactly.
all right. Well,
Alright, so let's start.
starting things off, Titanfall 2 led
Yeah.
the show. We know that it's going to be coming to PS4 players.
And
Which-
PC.
Yeah,
Yep.
PC of course. The gameplay looks really fun.
It
with
does.
the grappling hooks.
It
the-
looks even better.
Yeah.
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 I wasn't a fan of it of the first one because of more or less no real story. I mean, there was kind of story, but no real
you
story.
didn't pay attention to the story.
Yeah,
because
no.
It was
But just-
while
just
you're
the-
playing a multiplayer game.
Just the
yeah.
fact that they brought in a story makes me
Yeah. No,
more comfortable with
Yeah.
buying this game.
That
Same,
and that was the
same.
big announcement with it is that, hey, we have a story mode now. And one thing that I thought was kind of interesting was that the Titanfall, or the Titan itself, seems to actually be a character. It's
Yeah.
not
I
just a robot
and
that you
Grant,
control.
you were saying that you weren't even aware that the Titans were AIs.
No, I wasn't. I mean, I've played a little bit of
Yeah.
Titanfall, and won and lost a few games, and I never knew that.
Which, I mean, it makes sense because in the thing you could set it to... and Ed is just over here
Ed
completely
is like,
clueless. What did you think of the Titanfall?
Well, he wasn't here.
he
yet.
was late.
Yeah,
for
I
the
haven't
Titanfall.
even seen Pacific Rim, so I'm
Thanks, Ed.
But yeah, so the gameplay looks cool. They're going to have 6 new Titans with specific abilities, more customization.
One of those
Weird.
abilities that they showed in the trailer looks like Iron Man. Like he just shot like a beam right out of his chest.
Yeah,
and-
like from Iron Man 2.
Mhm.
They're exploring more of the universe, which I'm excited about because, yes, I didn't really pay attention to like the story points they were making in the background of all the...
He's watching. Grant's watching. Well, we all are sort of watching the Battlefield 1 streaming of the multiplayer.
Yeah, which is filled with a bunch of stars that EA paid lots of money to show
exactly.
up so they can have some credibility.
I'm laughing at the chat because they're like NA pilot, NA. So that's a jab.
But yeah,
from
so
League and other stuff.
Yeah.
exploring more of the universe, that's going to be cool. It's coming out in October.
Yeah. So pretty quick.
Yeah.
And
Titan-
from the trailer that they showed, both the single player trailer and the multiplayer, trailer, they both looked good. Like the gameplay from Titanfall 1 was good, and like it was fluid and stuff, but it looks even more polished.
It was fun. It was fun.
Yeah, it was
for
it was
sure.
fun. It was a fun game. It's not like
Not enough to
I'm-
not make me want to sell it later when I needed the money though.
which you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I didn't buy it when it came out right away. I bought it, later when it was, on sale pre-owned for like, $20.
Yeah.
Which I was fine with. But like this actually looks like a full-fledged, like actually done,
Yeah.
polished. There's a lot more depth to the multiplayer. They've improved on it and they've added a single player. So
Yeah.
I think it looks good.
Yep. And then moving right on, of course,
Mhm.
every year EA gets really annoying with their EA Sports.
I thought they only did sports. But
Yeah, I mean, I guess when it's your biggest selling point, you gotta have to. I mean, I don't have anything against EA Sports. The games are fun, but
They're
I don't
just-
know. It's just never been that
It doesn't
attractive
seem.
to me.
It doesn't seem like they need that much attention.
I don't know,
because
dude,
people
the-
know what they're doing.
The FIFA storyline.
Yeah, that
thing
was
yeah,
that was
that'll be
actually
interesting.
something new, and that
Yeah.
looked
Yeah,
good.
it's, besides just like a career mode, you know.
Right.
It seemed like
Yeah.
something.
It was actually like a
Like
story
it's a
campaign
sports
mode,
movie
yeah.
that you're gonna get to play.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this and that, and
Yeah.
that did look cool. And I.
I'm gonna say, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm not saying that we're
Yeah.
biased, but I don't think any of us were really into sporting games.
Oh, I was
No,
I was into that
I like FIFA a
NASCAR
lot.
one.
You were?
I was. Try to play that and
He
beat
actually-
me.
he
Try to
actually
play that.
was.
Try to play any racing game and try to beat me.
I've
I
beaten
will
you in
win.
Mario Kart.
That does not count.
What? how can it not count?
Okay, we're not talking
Anyway,
about Nintendo.
whatever.
All right.
Does not count.
I do have to point this out though. Like one thing that they seem to be really huge on was e-sporting their games of
Oh,
already
esports.
current sports. Like
Yeah.
they had the
Their
whole
sports games at
confrontation
esports.
between
Yeah.
what's his name, Problem, and Serious Mo.
And that felt kind of like they were like,
It was just weird.
okay, so you know how there's like the octagon like cage matches where they like try to like pump up that
Yeah.
these two fighters are like
You- I
ready
felt
to
like they
get
were
each
trying
other.
to do
Yeah, there
that.
you go. It felt like they were like artificially trying to
Yeah.
inflate like the hype.
It definitely felt forced.
Yeah.
It was
And
weird.
and just to be completely honest, I call me traditional, but
Traditional.
Thank you.
I don't.
Andy.
I just don't see that. I see the point in like esports for like League of Legends or like Overwatch or
Yeah, stuff
games
that.
like that. But it just seems kind of silly to me that they're trying to do this whole like league tournament thing, and they're putting sponsors into it and all this type of stuff for Madden.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I just
Yeah.
I don't get the point
It ju-
behind
it
it,
just-
because
it does seem
football
weird.
is still a relevant sport, and
Definitely is.
it's more impressive to see somebody throw a touchdown than it is to
Push a button.
push a button.
And
That's
watch
just
it.
me.
To
though.
get
Yeah.
the touch.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
still fun, and I'm not like trying to say that Madden 17 isn't going to be a fun
There's
game.
Snoop
but-
playing right now.
Snoop Doggy Dog.
Is that
D-O double G.
Yeah, no.
Do you think any of them know exactly what they're doing?
They're
or do you think
probably
they just kind of
just-
showed up.
I don't know.
They literally all went in the back room, the green room, and like all smoked beforehand.
Yeah.
Because like
Right.
half of them are rappers.
So moving on, we ended up hearing a little bit more about Mass Effect Andromeda. It's a whole new adventure, building on things that people loved about Mass Effect. There's a whole new cast, more freedom than any other BioWare game.
Which
so they
most
claim.
of these things we knew.
Yeah,
I mean, they showed a little
the
bit
graphics
of
looked really pretty.
Yeah, it looks great, and I love BioWare and how they tell stories. They're
and I'm a Mass Effect fan. So
yeah,
it's
their
kinda
games are extremely long, but like,
Yeah.
they're a good type of long. Whereas like you don't have to grind through it; you're like enjoying yourself while you're playing the game.
Yeah.
And it does look good.
Yep.
Had
there
my
wasn't a
had
whole
my
lot of new stuff.
interest.
Yeah, Yeah.
Like I'll keep an eye out for it.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And then we already talked about the campaign
Did
mode
any
for
games
FIFA.
like announce that they have fewer options?
We're like
We have the
we're
least amount of
removing the
options
most
ever.
fun
I-
stuff
I-
of
well,
the
that's
game.
a
kind
typical
of,
thing.
kind of.
What?
I mean, not really. Never mind. Well, because they talked about Star Wars,
Right.
and the Grant said something funny during that when they're like something
Oh.
about like why would we create a whole like the
Why
similar
would-
type
yeah,
game?
It's like why when you're making a game, why do you want to go back and create something that has already been done? We want to create new IPs and new. I'm like, but we like all the other stuff.
Yeah.
I want them to bring back Conquest. My
Words are hard.
Yeah.
Never played that, but
Galactic Conquest?
You
On
never
Battlefront
played
2?
Oh,
Oh, okay. Giving you crap.
So yeah, EA Originals. Apparently, they're gonna try partnering with indie developers.
So that Fee game that they showed
Fact.
actually
Oh,
looks
it looked really
No,
interesting.
no,
It
it's
was
Fee.
Fee.
It's
It's
Fee.
Fee.
Shut
It's
your
just-
mouth.
Just FE. Yeah.
Yeah. It
Like
well, like Grant and I were like rooting for the guy that was showing it off because he
Yeah.
was
I
really
was-
nervous to start it off.
I
And
was-
like, okay, guy, you can do it.
I was
believe
kind
in
of
you.
like seeing that because you know that they wanted to be there their whole life.
They really care about the game. You
Yeah,
know
no,
that. when
Yeah, and they're
out there
so
doing
nervous,
that.
and they're like, I hope people like it, and like this and that, and like a lot of people I think tend to kind of consider that cringeworthy, but I look at it and I'm like, Well, he's
I'm
he's
rooting for
fulfilling
this guy.
his dream
Yeah,
right
I'm,
now.
like,
and he
good.
seemed to get more comfortable as
Yeah,
he's presenting.
exactly.
When he was actually talking about
Yeah, when
his
he was actually
product.
talking about the game is when he was like,
yeah, instead
I
of
know what I'm
like
talking about.
instead
yeah.
of this a personal narrative of our relationship with nature.
Yeah.
And, you know, and blah blah.
But the
Not
game looked
Swedish.
good. And it looked good. It might be
Yeah.
a little heavy-handed with, humanity's destroying the world.
Yeah.
And-
But it looks good. And
No,
it looks
yeah,
like a fun
no.
game.
And-
It's interesting.
And you also have to look at it as like video games are an art form and people express themselves through
yes.
art.
Mhm.
And so, you know, I mean, whatever. It is what it is. It looks fun. I don't know. I've never your face. I've never been like super into indie games personally. Like
I haven't
mean,
either.
unless I've seen something and been like, okay, that looks like a lot of fun.
Right.
But-
But this, it looks interesting. I am going to keep an eye out for it
Yeah.
oh yeah, and I
and see what happens with
Yeah.
it. You know.
We didn't hear anything about Unravel, did we?
No, that
Or was that Sony last year?
No,
I forget. where-
Unraveled is an indie.
Yeah.
Was an indie game, but it came from EA, and like
Yeah.
I think people prior to the conference were talking about, maybe we'll see something from the same people who made Unraveled, you know, because they're pairing with EA, and like
Yeah.
they were talking about the
they
indie
sold their
games
souls
that-
to EA.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Terry Crews putting
Yeah.
in work in Battlefield 1 over there.
Dang.
I have to say,
Speaking of which, let's
he's-
just go ahead and
he's-
talk about
he's-
Battlefield
he's-
1 really
He's
quick.
really fluid with checking corners.
He really is. He's very.
I feel like of all the people,
and
he
he's
just got a
doing
kill,
it.
yeah.
Nice work, Terry
he's
Crews.
like
I'm proud of
probably
you, man.
he's probably the only one that actually knows what he's doing.
And he's putting in work. He got another
Oh,
one.
and he
Oh,
backed
oh,
off in
oh,
time
oh,
too.
Yes,
Oh.
he took a mortar shell to the face, but lived.
Disengage.
He's getting
oh.
shot at. He's running off.
oh.
Getting behind cover.
Sorry for the
reloading.
audio listeners.
And then there's Zac Efron with his.
Okay, Zac Efron.
How do you
and-
choose a team?
Exactly. Zac
I think-
Efron and Jamie Foxx looked blazed out of their mind when they first introduced
Yeah,
them. I
well,
was like,
and,
what is
and they
this?
kind
Yeah.
of looked like they were surprised that they were there. Like they,
Yeah.
like
They're
they
like,
just woke up
"Oh,
and they're like, "Oh,
whoops."
we're here."
Got in the wrong line.
Richard Sherman thought he was gonna play Madden.
Okay, so enough of talking about the people
Okay.
that they have playing the game. Let's
Yeah,
talk about
let's
the game
talk about
itself.
Oh, we jumped
the era.
off.
The era.
Good, he has a parachute.
The era looks really cool. Like we were talking about this
Mm-hmm.
beforehand. We knew that Battlefield 1 was going to be based in World War One,
Right.
but like we were talking, Ed brought up an interesting point. I don't think there's really been a big game that has
Set in
taken
World
place
War I.
in World War One.
That hasn't
Where you
been
can
like
play-
a,
Not exclusively airplanes
Yeah,
or something
exactly,
like
yeah.
that.
Or yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And this one also has the Ottoman Empire.
Hey, horsies. It looks. I mean, we're watching the Battlefield 1 multiplayer right now. It looks the same. It's set in World War One, so I'm not sure how good it will be.
They keep switching to exterior shots that I don't care about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye Zeppelin.
It just goes to show that, like, I honestly don't think. I think EA looks at it too much from a business standpoint.
They
and
really
try to market everything.
You
like
see those
it's-
parachutes? We need to go, boy.
some of me kind of wonders if like the Zeppelin in this game is going to be like
Oh, it's
the
gonna kill him.
ATTE or ATS and like Battlefront 1 if
yeah.
it's going to be
Well, I
like
bet it is a
it
point.
kind of sucks most of the
Yeah,
time.
I
bet
unless
it.
you
I bet
just
it's a
get
defense.
lucky.
I bet it's a defense point because I bet there's 3 points or 4 points on this map that are all you have to take, and I bet that's one. That's a permanent
I
one.
think it makes sense, yeah.
yeah, like a spawn point, like you can spawn off the Zeppelin, just parachute
and then
off.
parachute down like that one guy was.
Personally, I think it looks pretty cool, and if I heard him correctly, I think that more things are destructible.
Everything's destructible.
Everything is-
Usually,
That's kind of been
usually,
like Battlefield.
usually in
That's been their
Battlefield.
claim to
thing.
fame. Has been
And-
Okay, well,
They call it
Bye-bye maps.
Revolution
yeah.
or something like that.
Something.
No, that was their new thing.
But they
with-
were talking about
with
how weather can change mid-game,
That
Yeah,
that is
that-
going to be
which
sweet.
I don't know how that will really influence the game that much. Like a slight drizzle isn't gonna
It's-
make me murder this guy less.
No,
No,
it's a
if,
cool
like,
aesthetic
if-
piece though.
No,
Right.
no. If it affected like the sights, like if you have like a can sight, drips coming off of it or something like that. How detailed they go is all depending on what they want.
Or a mudslide happens mid-game, or
No,
you know.
Yeah, but I don't. The
I don't
only thing
foresee
that
it doing that.
the
much.
only thing that I think would affect would be nighttime, nighttime, like the three different effects: nighttime, daytime, overcast, and lightning.
Right.
Where lightning would light
Dude,
it,
imagine
light
if you
up,
could get
know,
struck by
see-
lightning.
Certain shadows. Like,
Yeah, like it lights
Right.
up an area, like a flashbang, not like blinding, but like a flashbang to see.
Yeah.
So like that's the only way I could see it being like truly effective.
I also wonder if it would be like totally screw up your airplanes. I can't think of a cooler name for airplanes, but like if it would throw off your maneuverability and stuff.
If you just got like wind
Like,
or something.
yeah.
That's interesting.
That would
yeah,
be
that is.
because it
or
looks
like-
like you can
It
fly
looks
planes
like-
and fight on the ground in this.
Oh man, it looks like Snoop won. They fist pumping.
Snoop Doggy Dog.
Watch you
But
probably
like,
lost.
I gotta say this.
Rigged.
EA does not choose their hosts very well.
Nah. Those hosts were awkward as crap.
Yeah, they were. We had to mute the TV, and not just because we were recording a podcast and didn't want their sound in the background.
But because it was cringeworthy.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little bit
Also,
different than.
You know, along the lines of that wind, it could also affect bullet drop because that's a big thing with snipers. I'm not even sure if they'll have snipers in this game.
I mean,
you know,
there was.
or how accurate they will be.
There were snipers
But-
in the Revolutionary War. I didn't even think that was a thing.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
But yeah.
So we're rooting for Battlefield 1. It looks like fun.
Here's the thing. I don't even think we have to root for Battlefield 1.
Dumbest
You know,
rhyme
like-
I've ever heard.
Like, it's just-
Rooted for
it's just-
Battlefield 1.
just
It
gonna-
looks like fun.
It's just gonna. It's
By
just gonna-
Dr. Seuss.
It's just gonna happen. You know, it's not.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
It's a fact. Is it gonna be as broken coming out of the gate as
It's 4.
Battlefield 4? Yeah, it's
And
4.
I kind of
Or
feel like.
Pokemon Emerald.
Just
kidding.
Okay. However, as little actual Star Wars news as
Information.
there was.
Yeah.
The last little bit was interesting and new news to me.
Yeah.
Amy
surreal
Hennig.
Amy.
Yeah,
yeah.
like hey, we're doing a new story. I wonder if that's gonna be like,
Visceral games. Yeah.
is it gonna be in the actual like canon or like what? But
Well,
still,
I would
still, I'm
assume
interested
that
in
all
it.
of these games will be canon
Considered canon. or
because
something.
they're pairing with, you know,
EA has the
LucasArts
exclusive
and-
rights to Star Wars games through Lucasfilm,
which is owned by Disney.
owned
So
by Disney,
all of
which
this
is
is
also
umbrellaed
the keeper
under
of the
something
canon.
bigger, and so I think there's a lot of oversight, and so I think canon
Yeah,
will be.
they had
a thing.
one of the Lucasfilm creative directors talking
Right,
about
yeah.
the story when
Okay.
and when he was saying about I forget what his name was, but when he was talking about Amy Hennig about like she thinks like a movie producer and like you know this and that and like it looks
She is a very good storyteller.
the
so I'm
early
excited for that.
footage.
Did you see that?
What happened?
What?
It was completely glitching out.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
That's awkward.
Wait, isn't the game going to be like released in 2017 though?
Battlefield 1?
Yeah, I guess.
I didn't
I-
hear a release date.
We
so I
didn't.
don't
No,
know.
we didn't. The only release date we really got was.
I'm
for
pretty sure it's.
Titanfall
I'm
2.
pretty
Yeah.
sure it's in. And it's probably gonna be in the winter, Christmas sometime.
Yeah,
Probably.
guessing.
That's
November,
usually
probably.
when they release them. But
November.
Mhm.
I mean, not that it should be glitchy, but I don't know, just a little forgiving.
Yeah. But like some of the early stuff from the Star Wars game that
Yeah.
Amy Hennig's working on,
You could see some concept
that looked
art
cool.
and stuff.
That looked
Yeah.
really cool.
Mhm.
And
Can
then
you, can you guys remind me, because I haven't played the new Battlefront very much, what is there in terms of aircraft that you could fly?
I mean,
Nothing.
There are
Type
space
X-wing,
battles technically you
A-wing.
can do.
it's more like dogfighting.
Dogfight.
Yeah,
kind of
there's
within the
like a very
atmosphere.
like there's a game mode that's all just dogfighting.
Dogfights. Yeah.
And then like on some maps there's drops that you can pick up that
the
are
thing, launch it, and then now you're
most-
flying a ship.
most of them are snow speeders.
Which
Yeah.
they suck. They don't do
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But they did show a little bit of a clip of some VR space battle stuff when they were talking.
So you notice
about
how all these games have like their main studio and then there's like a studio tacked on.
it. Yeah,
After
this one
I
was
think
Motive,
I honestly think that's just a studio that's doing VR for them.
probably.
Like all of the things are just like here's the studio that's making the game and they're just fixing the VR.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, the VR looks cool, and then like you know, there's a whole bunch of stuff with like Hololens with Morpheus.
What?
Jamie
Jamie
He was
Foxx.
just like
You mean Electro?
he's just like looking at the camera
Yeah.
just staring.
Spaced out.
Golly.
All right. Anyways,
Drugs, man.
so I mean that was pretty
Don't do
much all
drugs,
the big stuff that I got personally. That's all the stuff that I wrote down notes. I
Yeah,
don't know if
there
there's anything
wasn't-
else you guys wanted to mention.
I mean, Titanfall 2, I think we got the most out of.
Yeah.
Learning about this new indie game Fee looks interesting to
Mhm.
me, I think.
I thought it looked kind of cool.
Yeah. We didn't learn a whole lot much about the other games, really.
Mhm.
We saw a little bit of Battlefield 1. We're still watching multiplayer, but again, that
Yeah.
looks more of really the same as that we've seen from Battlefield, which is kind of what I expected.
Can I complain a little bit about Battlefront real quick?
Go for it.
Battlefront
me-
or Battlefield?
Battlefront.
Okay.
Now, I'm the kind of guy who doesn't play video games enough to be, like, good online. So most of the time when I play online, I suck real bad.
Mhm.
And that was the big thing that, like, I don't even own Battlefront, but I didn't like it, that most of the things that I saw, it was like more online friendly, whereas
Yeah.
Battlefront 1 and 2, I never played online.
Yeah.
I just poured so many hours because I love the gameplay not online.
Yeah.
And I think it is cool that you can play with your friends, but I mean,
It was a multiplayer centric.
so yeah, I would be more interested in things like not like more offline
And I think
friendly
that that's
stuff.
just not so much Battlefront's fault. I think that's just gaming in general's fault.
Yeah.
They're,
Yeah, that's
they're
kind of been the
really
way
moving
people have
away
done.
from
Yeah.
couch co-op, that sort of thing.
Which sucks because
It is
that was
disappointing.
always like
Yeah,
my
that's-
favorite
that
thing.
was our
having
thing
you guys
as a
come
friend
over.
group
Yeah,
when
having
we
you
were
guys
growing
come
up.
Now
over.
you don't
Yeah.
even have to be friends with the people you're playing with.
Yay!
It's like, oh, yay.
Yeah.
Because you don't have a
I
life.
mean, one thing I do appreciate from this is that I get my own screen. However,
Yeah.
that is nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like the social aspect trumped the smaller screen for me.
Yeah.
Why would they switch away from that?
What?
I'm upset with the camera work.
And Grant can complain about this because he is on a
Yeah.
camera team.
Yeah.
No, okay, no. So first we see character A looking through a window at a character that's running into the building. So he turns around and gets ready to shoot at the door.
Yeah.
He fires all of the rounds in his first gun at him, and they're both in the red. He switches to his pistol, continues to fire off shots, gets a few hit markers, and then they switch before we know who either of them killed. Like they don't.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's dumb.
Well, that being said, we're not huge fans of EA as a company.
Gotcha.
Screw you.
All right.
Camera
Well,
team.
so yeah, kind of stay tuned with us.
Yeah.
Later tonight, there's going to be a Bethesda.
And we like Bethesda.
Yeah,
Well, at
and
least
so
I do.
we're gonna kind of throughout this E3, we're gonna call this our couch coverage of E3,
against
where we
Bethesda.
sit in my basement and we watch it on IGN, and
Yeah.
we talk about some of the conferences afterwards. Tomorrow we have Microsoft, Ubisoft,
Sony.
the PC gaming show, and then Sony. At some point, I got the order of that mixed up. But tune in later tonight for our talk about Bethesda's conference. And yeah, thank you
Yeah.
guys for listening. You can follow the Chocolate Dollar on Twitter at Chocolate Dollar. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe to us on iTunes. You can find us on Podcast Republic if you're an Android user.
And give us money on Patreon.
Yes, and a Patreon page will be coming soon. All right,
And
thank
Wiz
you
Khalifa's playing Battlefront.
Oh,
Field.
give
Crap.
him money too.
All right, thank you guys for
Bye.
listening. Have a good day. Chocolate Dollar signing off.
Thank you for listening to the Chocolate Dollar Podcast. Check in next time.